was told to do right. Stick her by my side if they wanna test my life. Yeah, street kid, I was shopping long nights on the weekend. Shorty on me all night.
Hey, what do you say? It's your guy Blueeyes back with the Scandalous World podcast alongside my guy CMB Luke.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is, you know how we do. So we just want to chop it up today. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling excellent, bro. I'm feeling excellent. Can't
Get your
complain.
workout in today?
I did.
Word.
Yeah, I did.
Word.
I did some push-ups. I just worked out at home, bro. I did some push-ups and I did some dips off the friggin' corner of my kitchen counter, bro. And I got some light dumbbells.
I was gonna say I haven't hit the gym in a week, but I've been doing my push-ups.
I like hitting the gym, especially before coming here to elevate my state of consciousness. It gives me more confidence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we talked about that. There's plenty of things about working out, bro.
But yeah, so I missed the gym today, but I definitely did my push-ups. I try to do 100 to at least 500 a day. I usually go around 300.
Yeah,
you know,
100,
in the middle.
100's a good workout for me. I mean, I weigh a little more than you, but I mean, that's 100 gets me like that.
Yeah, my goal is I try to do like at least 300 a day, and when I'm doing that, I'm on a great regimen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I'm not, you can tell like lately I've been slacking. I'll do the bare minimum, the 100.
Do something,
bro. But at least I'll still do the 100 push-ups.
I think you should break a sweat every day.
Yeah,
one way or another.
You're big on that, yeah.
I really am. I'm big on that and getting your heart rate up a little bit too. And I don't have any like science to back this up or anything like that. But I just look at something like your lungs or whatever being like meshy, right? And if you're breathing, if you're not getting to that, I feel like if you get to that level where your lungs are, it's got to be pushing out whatever bad shit might be stuck in there. That normally, I don't know if it has. You know what I mean?
Bring that up
a
lot too. Like I gotta break a sweat every day, and it's crazy.
It's like you gotta get the car. Sometimes you gotta open it up.
You know how it is for somebody small like me. I do more weight, less reps. So I don't necessarily go in there and exercise. I go in there and work out. I try to bulk up.
Strength training.
So I don't really do much.
Well,
but it ain't great for my cardio.
How many is your less reps though? Because if you're trying to build muscle, you don't want to do two lesser reps. You want to actually stay between 6 and 8.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Something moderate. Something.
Because 1 to 3, that's like power.
Something realistic. But if I put something decent on there, like someone that was bigger and wanted to maybe tone down, they would do a little less weight and more reps, and they'll get that cardio in.
Absolutely.
But the only time I regret that is when in the past when I was fighting or running from the cops, and it's like, but still, even if you're living a good life, you want to have your wind up. So I got to get my wind up. I got to get back in the gym. That's why I brought it up to make it happen.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna step it up to 300 to 500.
The big thing a lot of people miss out too. You could do all the cardio you want, the nutrition, right? If you're trying to burn fat, lose weight, it's math and not magic. Really, you got to burn more calories than you intake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And preferably those calories should be
Your
decent quality
diet,
calories.
what you eat is just as important as your
500 calories worth of blueberries or a steak is different than 500 calories of a honey bun.
Right.
It's empty calories.
That's part of the program. You got to eat right, get your mind right. You know, mind, body, and soul, and then work out. But big thing with me is I'll just walk the dogs, bro. Take the dogs for a walk.
And you like doing that.
And that's when I'm lazy. You know what I mean? If I'm really going out, we're going for a hike.
Well,
we're going for a swim.
I like that because that puts responsibility on you too. Because now it's not even
about
you. You got to take the dogs out because they got to go shit.
Well, they played a big part in my emotional state and me being where I'm at today. You know, I was in a dark place when I got my dog, and like I said, even if I didn't feel like that's a great point you said, even if I didn't feel like getting up and doing what I had to do for the day, I still had to get up, take the dog out, feed the dog.
Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, it's not about me.
It's not about me, right?
It's not about me, and that's cool too.
Being selfless.
But that's a good way to stick with the walking, right? Because if you like walking, or if you're more responsible for it, because you gotta walk the dogs. Whereas if you just want to walk to lose a little weight, you know what I'm saying? Show me the person that likes to walk, right, and they're gonna lose a lot more weight than the person just doing it for the wrong reason. So it's like this. You gotta fall in love with the habits.
I have to take my dog out, and then I take my dog out. We both get a great walk. We both get some exercise. We both get some sun, some wind, some energy, some air, and it ends up being an all-around full circle a great thing. So it goes from walking to going on runs to going to the park or going on a hike. I love just taking them on a hike, bro.
You're killing multiple birds with one stone, and that's why I like to work out outside a lot too, because that fresh air is good.
Yeah.
The fresh air is good, and maybe the air's not so fresh now with all the wildfires in Canada and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's good to get outside. The sun is still vitamin
Honestly,
D.
bro, not to sound like a tree hugging hippie or whatever, but like just to take your shoes and socks off and get grounded. Walk on the dirt, the ground, the beach. Soak in some sun, soak in the energy. That is so real. The calcium, the vitamin D, the energy you could get from just the sun, wind, and water and the elements. So I'm a firm believer in that. But I've been taking the dogs hiking, bro. I came a long way from back in the day with my first dog, like we was telling on the last podcast that
dogs is starting to grow on me.
It was a little while. Yeah. It takes a while.
You know what it was? and like I lost, I think it was something stupid. I lost like a goldfish that I had full of, and it was just like, it died so quick.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because I was young. Maybe I wasn't responsible. I was like, pets are stupid. They're just gonna die. And I like, bro. And I was like, I named them like Jordan or something like that. After I named them and everything. And I was like,
some pets live a long time, but goldfish are probably like at the least life expectancy.
But even dogs, you know what I'm saying? Compared to a human life, like if you get a dog young and you're relatively young, you know you're gonna any pet, you know you're gonna pretty much outlive.
Of course, at some point, but it comes with the growth. I think
definitely
the benefits I received having a dog far outweigh the day I'll have to say goodbye to my dog. Will be one of the hottest days of my life for sure. Bittersweet, but maybe it's selfish to say, but you know,
that's like friends too, man. It's like, let me not make friends because he gonna die.
He held me down. He held me down through so many times, and vice versa. You know, I took him in, I rescued him, I trained him. So it's like it's give and take, and that's a beneficial relationship when it's not just one way. There's equal balance. You give and you take in any relationship in life, or whether it's with your dog. But just giving me that sense of purpose of jumping up in the morning and saying, yo, I got to get out and take this dog out and feed him, and then all of a sudden I'm showering, brushing my teeth, getting to what I got to do.
I think it comes to the point where it's autopilot now too, because you can't really be like, I have an off day. You know what I mean? You just got to get to it. It's not about you.
So
man.
I'll do a selfless act by taking the dog out, but it ends up working in my favor.
Of course it does. Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially there's something rewarding in doing something you have to do but don't want to do, and you do it anyway.
And doing it for someone or something else, like the dog. But then again, you're doing it for yourself. I end up getting the fresh air and having a good time and glad I got out the house. You feel better. It's just like going to the job.
It's about telling yourself before
going to the gym. Once you do it, you feel much better. Even if you just go soak in that 15 minutes of sun.
Well, that's where the self-talk comes in big too, because you'll wake up and maybe you won't want to go to work. Me, I always say, once I get the boots on, it's a wrap. But mentally getting the boots on, strapping them up, like, I haven't called in a while. But it's about telling yourself, you know what, Bobby, no, because every time you do that, if you do call out, if you're not really sick, you feel guilty, right? Or so it's like in the working out, I don't want to work out. I gotta tell myself the self-talk, Bobby, work out because you always feel better after. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The hard part's over for me once I'm up. Yeah. Like that's the only thing I don't like about work is waking up. But once I'm up, the rest is like, it's all good. Yeah. It's all programmed. It's all programmed. Like I hate getting out of bed, especially in the winter out here.
Because your body knows. I'll do the rest.
It's cold. But once I get out, it's all programmed from there. It's just like, you know, it's just smooth sailing. But it's getting out of bed for me.
It's getting past those make or break points where it's like, okay, either I'm not going to or boom, and it's just let me just get through that and everything else will work out.
It's a big difference, man. But
you said that about your dog too, because my little brother who's locked up, he's been locked up for a long time, man. Some of the best, even like on the phone, I could hear it. Like he was in such good spirits when he was doing the dog program. Yeah. He had a dog. I don't know if they was puppies exactly, but I think they was because I seen pictures of him with puppies. But he would train them. They would live in the cell with them.
Yeah, that's major.
And they would go out to I think as like service.
The camaraderie is like none other. You know, and too bad they didn't
get where everyone's so like.
Too bad they don't do that more. Bro. They don't do that more, and he don't still get to do that. You know, and I know in certain states it's different. You're only eligible to do that if you're on a certain job, but out here that's not the case. I remember my uncle talking
certain
about that.
facilities have it now.
Yeah, when you're on your way in or out, or I remember my uncle talking about his buddy doing something like that, and I'm like, imagine having a dog in a cell. That would be like, it's like you don't know how lonely you get until you're alone in the cell.
Seeing that it loves you, and actually seeing a face in there that loves,
like
genuine.
Me coming home, when I got
the
whole world in my hands per se, right? And I come home and my dog is so happy to see me. He acts like I've been gone for 5 months. I could be gone for an hour. 5 minutes. He acts like I've been gone for 5 months. So that camaraderie, that love, that support, is like none other. And to have that in such a dark place where you're usually so alone and you can't really trust anybody and you don't really talk to what it is. But to have such a beautiful thing in such a dark place and is a great thing, and I think they should do that more. I think I would love.
I know somebody I worked with. They went
to push that.
He was like, man, the day I got sober, the day I got my dog. Cause I've been sober ever since. I didn't know.
Because some people, that's like their kid.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing. Sometimes we need that. We need that shit. That's like, you know what? Stop being selfish, man, and stop thinking that the world revolves around your feelings and this and that. Like at the end of the day, like
the world don't care how you feel. The world's gonna keep
it's not
spinning.
About you.
Right.
I feel like that was one of the biggest points in my life, and such a burden lifted off me when I'm like, oh, what? You're uncomfortable. You're not happy. Like, your comfort is not what it's about, man. It's not even about me.
Not at all. Yeah.
It's about serving everybody else, because that's what makes me feel good, is when I'm helping others, man. And I'm trying to enlighten somebody, maybe kick a little game, or maybe there's been times where I've connected people, and that's cool. I don't want nothing.
I think even when I'm schooling somebody to how to take care of a pet, how to train a pet, how to raise a pet, even when I get going on that, a lot of my girls say, like, that's what you should do. That's your passion. That's your passion. You should train pit bulls. You should teach people. You should talk more about this. This is what you're great at.
You'll never work a day in your life if you do something you love.
Like they support whatever I do. I love rapping. They love the podcasting, but there's a certain spot when I talk about dogs, and they see how good I am with my dogs. I have 4 pits that are very well trained and well raised. They're like, I think this is your lane. And for you to be able to go on YouTube and talk about it is a double win. You win twice. So
look up what certifications are out there and stuff too for training dogs. That's definitely a market too. That's
I definitely did it behind the scenes, low key for a friend, right? You know.
So when you're selling, because it's a business, but when you're selling something you actually stand by and love, it's so much easier. Because you're passionate about it and you believe in it and you love it, then if you're like, damn, I got these fucking pills,
and not everybody
is trying to sell, but you don't really, passion.
And that's why I kind of want to limit it to just pit bulls, because like not everybody in bullies, because not everybody them are what, like the kind of outcast, the dogs that, you know what I mean,
I'm
that
a little
nobody really
with the difference, right? I kind of get it, but I'm not really.
Pit bulls are just kind of like the outcast. They immediately are profiled, right? Compared to most dogs in general.
But what's the difference between the pit bull and the bully? That's what I was.
A bully is just
like the smaller ones, some
like
taller, another ones.
XL bully is kind of just an offspring of a pit bull. Like, you know what I mean? They just made a gigantic pit bull, probably using a cane corso or a dogo argentina or a bull mastiff or something like that, or an American bulldog. Most commonly used is an American bulldog and a pit bull, and they make them XL bullies, but a pure pit bull is a pure pit bull. The XL bullies, they're becoming recognized slowly as their own breed in different places, AKC, UKC, in different places, different terminology. So when they say a pit bull's they're responsible for this many percentage of the bites, that's because different dogs are labeled as pit bulls. They'll have the American bulldog as a pit bull, they have the XL bully as a pit bull, and a pit bull as a pit bull.
Especially if you're trying to
that's why you're putting 3 or 4 different dogs, when really they only take up about 5 to 10% of the bite ratio. It looks like 60% because they got 4 to 5 different dogs in a pit bull category. So it gets a little sticky, it gets a little tricky, but I want to work with pit bulls because not everybody is lining up to work with pit bulls or rehabilitate pit bulls or rescue pit bulls, and I am. That's what I specify in, that's what I like, that's what I love. So that's what I want to do, If it ain't a pit, it ain't shit. Even though today I'm holding down the Dobie and the Rottweiler, you know what I mean? Get the Doberman and the Rottweiler on today, but I like all dogs, to be serious. All dogs are cool. I just always prefer the pit bull. And I
like Pits are beautiful. The fucking dogs.
They're just gorgeous dogs. They're so sweet. They're so intelligent. And like I said, mine was life saving. You know.
And you got to be wary of polls like that, because I feel like when they're making those polls, they already have the narrative they're trying to reach. So like they will add those dogs that are not technically pit bulls because. Oh, we're trying to fudge the numbers.
They won't bring up facts that like the friendliest dog in the world, like a Labrador, has probably got more bites than a pit bull, or like a Doberman, a Dalmatian, because they want you to they want to buy a Disney movie, so they're gonna skew the narrative. But a Dalmatian is one of the most vicious dogs.
I saw the pictures on one of these I think it was online, some post at a dog park. And it was like almost discriminatory towards dogs. Right. It was like only these breeds, anything. Right. Like, what's up with that? How are they? Usually if those were humans, if right. They were like only
and usually the top of that list is pit bulls, bullies, bulldogs, American bulldogs, Dobermans, Rottweilers. These will be the dogs that are on them lists. When really, it's all how you raise them. You know what I mean? It's just, but that's why I like to. That's what I like.
I think it was a size.
That's why I like to work with pit bulls. Yeah, it's over certain pounds, 80 pounds. Yeah. But if you get yourself a purebred athletic pit bull, you won't really worry about it being more than 80 pounds. Because if it's a purebred pit, it really won't be.
So how do you feel about? I know this is a thing. The snipping of the ears and the tail.
I don't do that. You know, I don't.
Do you feel that like that's abuse, or do you feel like if it's done young, you know, like get circumcised, right?
To be honest, it affects them. It affects them. So the tail affects their balance, and so does the
tail.
Ears.
Especially like a bone almost. Yeah.
Right. So it's not good. So originally that was for fighting. You know, so they couldn't clip on to the tail. They couldn't clip on to the ears. So when they got rid of that, it became a look. Mm-hmm. Now everybody wants that look. Right. That's why it continued.
Right.
But I have 4 pit bulls. Not one of them ears cut. Not one of their tails cut, and they're all gorgeous dogs. Yeah, but I don't judge people that do. But in my own personal opinion, if it affects their balance, it affects their, you know, their whole shit, and I just don't agree with it. You know, it throws off their whole
people probably aren't properly educated.
Yeah.
On it, and that's like you said, you want to teach that, and I think education is a big thing, because if people don't, sometimes they don't know that they don't know.
Well, next time you're in the shower, just close your eyes and block your ears. See how you do. Balance is everything. That affects your balance. You know what I mean? That's how they feel when you cut their tail and their ears. It's like you never know what you need. Like you would never know how much your vision affects your balance until you get some soap in your eyes in the shower, and all of a sudden you're like off tilt. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's more like a metaphor, but it's very important. Their tails, not only for their balance, it speaks to you. Their body language. They use their tail for many reasons. When they're happy, when they're upset, when they're dominant, when they're getting ready to fight, when they're scared, and it's harder to read that when it's not there. Same thing with the ears. The ears are a language. They're telling you things at all times. Your dog's telling you things with the micro expressions of their face, their ears, their tails. So when you affect that, you affect your ability to read your own dog and his ability to tell you what he's trying to tell you.
Right, because especially even amongst humans who speak English, they say like 80 or 90% of communication is body language. Now, never mind.
It's all energy, bro.
That's a whole.
It's all energy.
It's a whole different species, bro.
Just like people that we're not really always gonna remember what you say or what you do, but we're gonna remember how you made us feel.
Your tone, right?
Yeah. How you made how you make somebody feel. That's always remembered.
If it was aggressive or not.
Yeah, but
Damn, anything else about pits you looking to get across? I mean, we're gonna start. I would like to start hearing more from you on this subject.
I think we should do it more. I get a lot of requests, so today's the first day. We
doing lists.
We spoke last time a little bit about my last pit, and then that incident when that dude I kind of saved homeboy from the pit. But I don't want that to be the only narrative out, because that's like, I've had a million great encounters with my pit bulls and experiences, and that was like one bad experience I witnessed from someone else with their dog. But me and my dogs, we go swimming. So I want to come on here and share more stuff about pit bulls and how other people could help, maybe with their dogs, with whether it's training tips, drills, instructions. So I want to talk more about that, and I got a few funny stories about my older dogs. All my dogs now are family dogs. You know what I mean?
What tips would you give to somebody, man, that just never had a pit bull, man? Teenage kid just got a pit bull, man.
Pit bulls are relentless, so be relentless. You have to be firm. You have to be real strict and real firm. So if they do something 99 times, you got to correct them 100 times. You got to be relentless. And lockjaw is a myth. You know what I'm saying? Pit bulls don't actually have a lockjaw, but it shows you how relentless they are. They never give up. They never surrender.
I got a question on that.
Their jaws are just filled with muscle.
Is that a myth for just pit bulls, or is that like not a thing at all for any dogs?
It's not a thing at all for any dogs.
Okay.
But that's
good to clarify.
That's what shows you how strong a pit bull's jaw and muscle and bite is.
That they came up with this term or whatever.
It's more the pit bull's mind. Because all dogs pretty much have the same bite force, but a pit bull's not going to stop biting. So the term lockjaw is really a mental.
And the mental will always give up before your body.
He ain't never going to stop. You know what I'm saying?
I know humans. You'll give up before your body does all the time.
So that's a very good question, and it's a very, misconcepted type
just
of thing.
Something like, I'm not huge into dogs. I don't got nothing against them. I think they're great. I think they're beautiful. I don't know a lot about them.
But if someone was getting their first pit bull, I would just say be firm and be strict. Cool. Just like when you have a kid, if you don't raise it right, in the end result, it could end up getting itself and other people in a lot of trouble. So you just gotta have to be real firm. And if you're not gonna hire a professional trainer or holler at me, just look up tips online, Google, YouTube, check out my page, and I'll give you tips. But just be firm. Keep them well trained, potty train them, raise them around cats, dogs, and other people, associate them, and
So, word, I want y'all to leave if you want Ronnie to start doing more pit bull videos, drop a comment in the comment section. If you want to start seeing them doing regular, videos,
yeah,
I certainly do. So, leave a comment in the comment section, man.
Take your dog out, take your dog out, let it run around, let it associate and acclimate with other dogs and other people, and the more you do that, the more friendly of a dog you'll have. That's one tip I'll leave him with.
All right, man. Hey, good job, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate
your help. Always Scandalous world.